Hey guys, so I just recorded this flow for you. It's an intermediate flow, which means that I don't really give a lot of instruction about how to get into each posture. I'm just directing you as to what posture to get into next. So I would recommend this for people who have more of a seasoned yoga practice. That being said, I recorded the whole thing and realized that the mic was making weird noises. So I had to cut out the voice and then record my voice for the whole freaking thing. So if it looks like an old karate movie because my mouth is moving, but something else is being said, that is why. Thank you for your patience, and please enjoy this nice sunset. And then all the birds watching it. What the creepy. They're everywhere. Oh, okay. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Let's get started. We're going to start on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclining bound angle pose. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Arms can be by your side, or you can reach them up overhead, bend them, and grab hold of opposite elbows, letting the elbows fall to the floor. Feet can be close to the pelvis or further away. Find the expression of this posture, of this shape that feels good for you to start. You'll bring your eyes to close. And just allow yourself to arrive on your mat. Setting aside your day, setting aside everything except for your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, slowing down and lengthening the breaths. With each inhale, you'll create space in your body. With each exhale, you'll soften. Maybe setting an intention for your yoga practice today. Why are you here? What do you need to take care of yourself today? Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the lungs, deepest breath you've taken all day. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Straighten out the legs and the arms. Reach long. Good morning. Stretch. Point the toes. And then bend your knees. Bring them into your chest and give yourself a hug. Rock a little side to side. We're going to get right into it, starting with some core to bring some heat into our bodies. We're going to begin with eagle crunches. So let's cross that right leg on top of the left. Wrap once or twice. It's okay if you can't wrap twice, that's normal. Left arm will cross on top and you'll wrap that once or twice. Inhale, extend arms and legs away from each other. Exhale, crunch, lift up, head and chest off the mat. Inhale, extend to lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. And do 3 more at your own breath. And when you're done, you'll unwrap the arms, bring them out into a T, leave the legs wrapped, and let them drop over to the left. Turn your head to the right, so we're coming into a spinal twist. If having the legs wrapped doesn't feel right for you, you can unwrap them and stack them. Keep relaxing that right shoulder down. Wherever you are, the knees are over to the left and your head is over to the right. Stay with your breath in and out through the nose. And then bring your knees back into center. Let's switch. Left leg wraps on top once or twice. Right arm wraps on top once or twice. Inhale, extend, grow long. Exhale, crunch, lift head and chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 3 more at your own breath. Don't rush through it. Use those long yoga breaths, not quick, short aerobic breaths. When you're done, you'll open your arms to a T, let the legs drop over to the right and turn your head to the left. Again, you can keep the legs wrapped or you can stack them. Left shoulder relaxes into the floor, breathing in this spinal twist. Let's bring our knees back into our chest. Give yourself a hug, rock a little side to side. And then hold onto the backs of the legs and start to rock and roll forward and back, up and down the length of your spine. Get some momentum and rock yourself all the way up. We're going to come forward to hands and knees into table pose. Fingers spreading as wide as you can get them, wrists under shoulders, knees hip width apart. Inhale. Drop the belly, arch the back, lift the heart, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, press the floor away, cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, lift the heart, gaze up. Exhale, round. Close your eyes and continue this nice and slow at your own breath, exaggerating the movement. Really waking up the spine. These cow poses feel good after the eagle crunches that we did. Good. And then let's find a nice neutral spine. Step the right toes back, hook them into the mat, and press that right heel away. Press your hands into the mat and rock a little forward and back, stretching out that right calf muscle. Keep your right toes hooked and lift that left leg up to a 3-point plank. So it is not a 3-legged dog. The hips don't go high. Keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Strong core here. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, bring that left leg high, 3-legged dog. Open up the hips, bend the knee. Just move the leg around here. Maybe circling it in the other direction. And then setting that knee back down into a tabletop position. Drop to the inside of that right foot. Reach the left arm up. Let those left toes come outside of the edge of the mat like a kickstand. We're coming into a modified side plank, gazing up. Shoulders are stacked. And let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slide that right hand down that right leg, reach up and over with the left arm, gate pose. Breathing into that left side body, resist the urge to curl forward. Try to almost open your heart towards the sky. And then let's cartwheel the hands back down, coming back to table pose. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. And then let's do that on the other side. So neutral spine, step the left toes back, press the heel away from you, hands press into the mat as you rock a little forward and back, stretching out the left calf muscle. Keeping the left toes tucked and lifting the right leg up to 3-pointed plank. Remember, hips in line with shoulders, strong core. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round the spine. Inhale, right leg reaches high, 3-legged dog. Open up the hips, bend the knee, Maybe taking some circles with the right leg and circling in the other direction. And setting that right knee down back to a table position, dropping to the inside of that left foot, left arm reaches to the sky. Right toes pivot outside of the right edge of the mat, modified side plank. Gazing towards your left fingers. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, sliding the left arm down the left leg, reaching up and over with that right arm gate pose. Lengthening through that right side body, maybe gazing up towards the sky. And then cartwheeling the arms back down. Coming back to table, tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. So just start to pedal out the feet. Bend that right leg and press the left heel to the floor. And then switch, bend the left leg, press the right heel to the floor. Moving back and forth here a few times. And then let's come high on the toes, bend the legs, and send the hips high, press the chest towards the thighs. And then start to straighten out the legs to wherever is comfortable. You can always keep a soft bend if you need. Slowly walk your feet to your hands to the front of the mat. Bend your legs, grab hold of opposite elbows, let go of the head, sway a little side to side. Just be heavy here. And then release the elbows, hang heavy like a rag doll, roll up one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. We'll start with a few sun salutation A's to just build up the heat in our body. So standing tall in your mountain pose, rooting down through your feet and lifting up through the crown of your head. Here I'm telling you that if you don't know what a vinyasa is, go watch my other videos, do sun salutation A, chaturanga, watch all the other videos. Because this is a more intermediate flow. So inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, flat back, long spine. Plant the hands, step or hop back, and exhale, chaturanga, elbows squeeze in. Point your toes, inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pressing the floor away, lifting the hips up and back, distributing the weight evenly through the hands and the feet. Staying with your breath. At the end of an exhale, high on the toes, gaze forward at the hands, step, hop, or walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the arms all the way around and up. Exhale, dive right back down. Keep building up that heat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga, step or hop back. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying with your breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Try to tap it high on the arm. Inhale, reach the leg back. We're doing that 2 more times. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Option to take an arm balance. Otherwise, inhale, reach that right leg back. Exhale, tap it on that tricep last time. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot all the way between the hands. Feed the left heel with energy. Focus and inhale all the way up to a high lunge, high crescent. Hugging everything towards the midline, feeling like you're trying to draw all the energy to the center of your mat, and that's going to keep you stable and keep you balanced. Bring your arms out into a T and give yourself a hug with the right arm on top. From here, we'll come to eagle arms, so wrap once or twice. That right arm is on top. Hugging the arms towards each other, Maybe inhale, lifting the arms towards the sky, feeling that opening in the shoulder blades. Exhale, lowering it down. One more time, inhale, reaching. Exhale, lowering down. And you're going to gaze forward, lean forward, find that point of gaze to help you balance, and come off of that left leg. We're coming into warrior 3 with eagle arms. Do your best. Balance postures are hard. Hips are squared. So if I wanted to place a tray on your low back, I'd be able to let it stay there. If you fall out, just come back in. Keeps us humble. Slowly start to stand up. Left knee comes on top of the right leg. Cross it once or twice, wrapping to full eagle pose. Stay with your breath. And remember, we come here to practice. We are not perfect. Very slowly start to open up to a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So right hand to mat or block, left arm straight out of the shoulder, hips are stacked, gazes towards those left fingers. Tough pose. Do your best and watch that self-talk. Option to bend the left leg and kick the foot into the hand for Chapasana, pressing foot to hand and hand to foot. Stay with your breath. Keep your right foot where it is. Step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat, warrior 2. Get regrounded, right heel in line with left arch, arms out into a T, and gaze over that right middle finger. Bend into that right leg. Make sure that right knee is opening to the right and not dropping inside of the foot. Let's cartwheel the hands down and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose, maybe using your Ujjayi breath if that's part of your practice. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep high on the leg. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, optional arm balance. Otherwise, inhale, left leg back. Exhale, last time to tap. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Feed the back heel with energy. And then inhale all the way up to your high lunge, high crescent. Squeezing everything towards the midline, find that stability, find that center, that core. And bringing your arms out into a T, left arm on top, give yourself a hug to get a better grip, and then wrapping once or twice to eagle. Arms, left arm is on top. Inhale, reaching the arms high. Exhale, relaxing them down, feeling that opening in the shoulder blade. Again, inhale, lift high. Exhale, lower back down. Keep them wound. Lean forward, gaze forward. Come off of that right leg, warrior 3 with your eagle arms, hips squared. Breathing. Maybe one side's a little harder than the other. Do your best. You are here to feel good. Very slowly start to stand up, right leg crosses on top, wrap once or twice, full eagle pose. Stay focused. And slowly opening up, half moon, left hand to mat or block. Gaze towards those right fingers, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. And again, if you want to bend the leg and kick the foot into the hand for Chapasana, feel free to do that. Keep those hips open as you step it all the way back, warrior 2 on the left side. Left heel in line with right arch, arms out into a T, bend into that left leg, gaze over the left middle finger. Find your breath. And then let's exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Keep pressing the floor away and lifting the hips high. If your mind is wandering, bringing it back to the breath, back to your mat. Let's come high on the toes, gaze forward at the hands, step hop or walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, release. This time bend your legs. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting the hips back, length in that low back. So really resist the urge of popping the butt out. Instead, try to scoop the tailbone under and keep that core nice and strong. Look down, make sure you can see the tips of your toes. If you can't, you're going to slide the knees back and sit a little lower. Palms come together at your heart. Let's take a twist. Left elbow hooks outside of right leg. Press your palms together, maybe gazing up at your right elbow, making sure your knees are even. Let's root down through the right foot, lift the left foot up, and step it back to a high lunge prayer twist. If you fall out, that's okay. This is a tough transition. Just do your best. Breathing here. Let's slowly inhale, reach the arms all the way up to a high crescent lunge. And exhale, open up warrior two on the right. Right heel in line with left arch, arms out into a T, bend into that right leg. Flip the right palm, reach back, reverse warrior. Lengthen down that right side. Option to take a half bind, wrapping the left arm around your low back. Keep that right leg bent. And then unwind that back to warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Reach all the way forward with that right hand. And then come down for triangle pose, Trikonasana. So right hand can come to mat or block, inside or outside of the foot. Or you can grab hold of that right big toe. Whatever is part of your practice, just gaze towards the left fingers, long spine here. Breathing. Coming all the way up, hands to hips, turn your right toes so they're parallel to the left. Wide stance with the toes slightly in, heels slightly out. We're going to interlace our hands behind our low back. If you can't do that, you'll use a belt or a towel, grab hold of that. Otherwise, you're interlacing the hands, you're pulling the knuckles away, opening up the heart as you inhale. Exhale, folding, letting the hands come off the back. Keep the legs straight but not locked, getting a nice shoulder and hamstring stretch. We'll be doing a wide-legged forward fold on the other side as well. So for the second time, if you'd like to practice an inversion, that will be available to you. For now, just stay here, breathe. Let's come all the way up. Release the hands. Arms come back out into a T, bend into that right leg, warrior two. From here, we'll come into a lizard lunge. So both hands inside of that right foot over to the left edge of the mat, right knee is over right ankle. We'll keep the back knee lifted for this variation. And what I like to do here is just kind of rock a little forward and back, getting a little deeper into my left quad and left psoas. And then you'll step that left foot outside the left hand, coming to yogi squat, malasana. So sitting the hips low, taking the elbows, pressing the knees open. Avoid rounding the spine. We want to have a nice long spine here. You're pressing your elbows to knees, knees to elbows. And if you need to roll up a blanket and put it underneath your heels because they don't touch down, or you need to sit on some blocks, that's fine. Do this posture how it feels best for you. We're going to be doing this 2 times. So you have the option, if crow pose is part of your practice, Bakasana, I'll give you the option to do that here, maybe even doing a jump back. If not, don't worry, I will be offering tutorials down the line for this posture. If you want to come into your crow pose, you'll take it now, planting your hands, lifting your hips, knees in the backs of the armpits, gazing forward, leaning forward, lifting the feet, rounding the spine. Make sure you don't look down, look forward. If you look down, you go down. We'll take a few more breaths here, maybe practicing this with a pillow in front of your head, but again, I will offer tutorials down the line about how to get into your crow pose. If you're in crow, try to hop back to chaturanga. Wherever you are, you'll go through your vinyasa now. Breathing in your downward facing dog. In and out through the nose. At the end of an exhale, come high on the toes, gaze forward at the hands, step, hop, or walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold inwards. Bend your legs, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, once again, long spine. Don't pop the butt out, try to keep that core nice and strong. Bring your palms together, take a twist, right elbow hooks outside of left leg this time. Elbows wide, making sure the knees are even. Rooting down through that left foot, lifting up the right foot and stepping it all the way back to a high lunge prayer twist. Again, this is a tough transition, so be gentle on yourself if it doesn't go the way that you planned. Let's inhale all the way up to a high lunge, high crescent. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Left heel in line with right arch. Flipping the left palm to the sky. Reach back, reverse warrior. Lengthening through that left side. It's not about how low you get the right hand on that right leg. Option to take that half bind if you did so on the other side. Continue to bend into that left leg and lengthen through that left side. Let's come back up to warrior 2 and straighten that left leg. Triangle pose, so reaching all the way forward with that left hand coming down to mat or big toe or block. Right shoulder directly stacked on top of the left, gaze towards those right fingers. Finding your breath. Slowly coming up. Bring your hands to your hips and turn your left toes to meet your right. Wide-legged forward fold. So hands on your hips. Let's take a deep breath in. Open the heart, hips forward. Exhale, fold. You can keep your hands on your hips, or you can bring your hands to your floor or blocks, or you can grab hold of your feet or ankles. Or again, if you have tripod or headstand in your practice, this is an ideal place to come into it. I am not going to do it today. And again, later on in life, I will be providing headstand tutorials. So if you're dying to come into it, you don't know how, don't worry, one day it will be available to you. And if you're not in your headstand, use this forward fold as an opportunity to catch your breath. Trying to breathe in and out through the nose. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Notice what your mind is doing as we pause here. Start to come out of your headstand if you're in it. Let's bring our hands to the floor and inhale, find a flat back. Keep your back where it is and bring your hands to your hips. Let's hinge all the way up. Turn your left toes out, warrior two on the left side, bend into that left leg. And then bring the hands inside of that left leg, lizard lunge, left foot over the left edge of the mat. Again, rocking forward and back if that felt good for you on the other side. And then stepping that right foot outside of the right hand, Malasana, once again, yogi squat, let the hips drop low. Take whatever variation you need. You also have the option to reach your arms by your ears for an extra challenge. Again, you have the option to stay right here in your Malasana or play around in your crow pose, your Bakasana, for a second time if you'd like. Remember, you gaze forward. Chaturanga is your foundation here. The elbows bending back, not out to the sides. If you have your crow pose, maybe try hopping back to your Chaturanga. Wherever you are, go through your Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathing. Checking in with yourself. Let's raise that right leg in the air. Open up the hips and bend the knee. Keep the shoulders squared. And then let's come to pigeon pose on the right. So right knee comes towards the right wrist. Set down the outside of the right calf and slide the left knee back. Point the toes. If you need to, you can slide something under your right butt, a pillow, a block, a bolster, or if you have knee issues and you need to take this posture on your back, feel free. Otherwise, fold into your pigeon, trying to keep the hips squared. So don't sit over to the right. Try to keep drawing the front of that left hip forward and down. Letting go here, finding stillness. Sometimes this is the hardest part of a vinyasa practice, is finding that stillness to be able to just sit with ourselves and whatever it is that's going on in our lives. Make space for it and accept it. We'll be here for another 30 seconds. If you would like to take another variation, maybe a quad stretch or mermaid pose or king pigeon or a twist, now is your opportunity to do that. Otherwise, you'll just relax in your pigeon for a few more breaths. Let's come up onto the hands, sit over to that right butt, and swing the left leg around, planting the foot outside of the right thigh. We're setting up for a twist. So left hand comes behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, reach that right arm up. Exhale, take a twist. You can hug, you can hook, whatever feels good, but just think about lengthening the spine. We don't want to crunch or round. We want to sit up really tall as we twist. You have the option to take a bind if you'd like, reaching that right arm through the space, left arm wrapping around your low back and joining the hands. Only do this if you can keep the shape of the twist. The bind is not the goal. Being able to breathe and finding some serenity, that is our goal. Let's unwind that and slowly bow the other side. Let's sit back up, cross at the ankles, roll over the feet. Last opportunity for vinyasa, step or hop back and go through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Other side, left leg lifts, open up the hips and bend the knee. Keep those shoulders squared. And then coming into pigeon pose on your left knee towards the left wrist, setting down the outside of that left calf. Slide the right knee back, point the toes. Again, if you need any props here, be sure to use them. If you need to do this side on your back, allow yourself to do so. When you're ready, you'll fold forward into the posture, again, keeping the hips squared. Using this opportunity to cool down, to breathe, to just be. If you took another variation on the other side, quad stretch, mermaid, king pigeon, twist, option to do that here now for the last 30 seconds. Let's come up onto the hands, sit over to that left butt, swing the right leg around and plant the foot outside of that left hip. Right hand behind you, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, take that twist, hug, or hook. Pausing before you come into your bind and just getting the shape first. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head and breathing. And then option to take that bind if you'd like to bring that left arm through the space, right arm around your low back and linking them. Only if you can keep the shape. Don't compromise the integrity of the pose for your ego. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And slowly come back through center. Gently bow the other way. Let's sit up and come down onto our backs, bringing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a hug. Rock a little side to side. Massage out that low back. We'll take a brief happy baby. So bottoms of the feet point towards the sky. Grab the outsides of the feet. Elbows are inside of the calves. If you can't grab the feet, you'll grab the thighs or the ankles. Use your hands to direct your thighs down towards the floor. Press the tailbone away from you. Head, neck, and back stay on the floor. Maybe you want to rock a little side to side. Just exploring the shape. Taking a few breaths here. And then let's release that and come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Feet are about as wide apart as the mat. Let them fall open, palms face the sky, being open to receive. Close the eyes. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Soften the cheeks and the jaw. Feel supported by the earth and just allow yourself to melt into it, completely letting go. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to get out of it, just start to deepen the breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, and slowly turn your head side to side. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Point the toes. Grow long. And then bend your knees into your chest and softly roll to your right side, pausing in fetal pose for a moment, resting your right ear on your right arm. Taking as much time as you need here. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, you'll press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall. Let's join our palms together in prayer at our chest, Anjali Mudra. And then gently bow your head to your heart ceiling in the practice with gratitude. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.